Your life has a limit, but knowledge has none. If you use what is limited to pursue what has no limit, you will be in danger. When anger rises, think of the consequences. Don't share your personal life with anyone. Do not let anyone have anything that could harm you. We all have two lives. The second one starts when we realize that we only have one. There is no greater danger than underestimating your opponent. It's not what you look at that matters, it's what you see. Without subtle ingenuity of mind, one cannot make certain of the truth of their reports. If you wait by the river long enough, the bodies of your enemies will float by. You don't get what you wish for, you get what you work for. Once friends as batchmates, but now different batches divide us. One who has few must prepare against the enemy. One who has many makes the enemy prepare against him. The skillful employer of men will employ the wise man, the brave man, the covetous man, and the stupid man. And if my heart be scarred and burned, the safer I for all I learned. Do no harm, and leave the world a better place than you found it. Sound intelligence promises victory in every battle. If you're waiting until you feel talented enough to make it, you'll never make it. Peace cannot be kept by force. It can only be achieved by understanding. Do not wait for the last judgment. It comes every day. The superior man thinks always of virtue. The common man thinks of comfort. People ought to fight to keep their law as to defend the city's walls. In my heart's most secret place, I pity them as angels do. Everything, no matter how beautiful, is only with us for a while. Take care of your body. Remember, health is another form of wealth. Don't fear big. Fear mediocrity. Fear waste. Fear the lack of living to your fullest. I don't paint dreams or nightmares. I paint my own reality. Choose to correct your mistakes rather than comparing it to others. Don't be afraid of death. Be afraid of the unlived life. Rely not on the likelihood of the enemy's not coming, but on our own readiness to receive him. The nourishment of body is food, while the nourishment of the soul is feeding others. Don't be afraid of failure. This is the way to succeed. Human beings must have action, and they will make it if they cannot find it. Serious thinkers are few, and the world is ruled by crude ideas. Life is more or less a lie, but then again, that's exactly the way we want it to be. Never tell the truth to people who are not worthy of it. I'd rather hear an ugly truth rather than an obscure lie. There's no point having wishes if you don't at least try to do them. If the path before you is clear, you're probably on someone else's. The only source of knowledge is experience. When I let go of what I am, I become what I might be. It does not matter how long you live, but how well you do it. To become a lifelong reader, one has to do a lot of varied and interesting reading. Therefore, the good fighter will be terrible in his onset and prompt in his decision. The man who has forgotten self may be said to have entered heaven. If your actions don't live up to your words, you have nothing to say. When you procrastinate, you become a slave to yesterday. Monsters are real, And ghosts are real too. They live inside us, and sometimes they win. Silence is a true friend who never betrays. True goodness springs from a man's own heart. All men are born good. Start each day with a positive thought and a grateful heart. You never know who you're inspiring or uninspiring. People notice more than you think. Where humanity sowed faith, hope, and unity, joy's garden blossomed. I never said it would be easy. I only said it would be worth it. I always felt like you had to be important to have enemies. Our ability to adapt is amazing. Our ability to change isn't quite as spectacular. Verily, God does not reward man for what he does, but for what he is. That it will never come again is what makes life so sweet. If you concentrate on small, manageable steps, you can cross unimaginable distances. Take care with the end as you do with the beginning. Everything changes in my life, and the world stays the same. In making tactical dispositions, the highest pitch you can attain is to conceal them. Invincibility lies in the defense, the possibility of victory in the attack. Nothing happens until something moves. That is all very senseless, but this senselessness has a pretty mouth, and it smiles. It is the certainty that they possess the truth that makes men cruel. If we will be quiet and ready enough, we shall find compensation in every disappointment. Great understanding is broad and unhurried. Little understanding is cramped and busy. Positive expectations are the mark of the superior personality. Our lives can't be measured by our final years. Of this I am sure. I had forgotten how much light there is in the world till you gave it back to me. If you know yourself, but not the enemy, for every victory gained, you will also suffer a defeat. If the enemy has occupied them before you, do not follow him, but retreat and try to entice him away. Build your opponent a golden bridge to retreat across. Shoot for the moon. Even if you fail, you'll land among the stars. Do not fear the thorns in your path, for they draw only corrupt blood. Watching my back is the perfect opportunity to stick a knife in it. Once you stop learning, you start dying. Imagining something is better than remembering something. The search for truth is more precious than its possession. Faced with what is right, to leave it undone shows a lack of courage. Success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. The big lesson in life, baby, is never be scared of anyone or anything. Light in your mind is better than darkness in your soul. In order to form an immaculate member of a flock of sheep, one must, above all, be a sheep. Appreciate the moment of a first kiss. It may be the last time you own your heart. We swallowed the chaos because we knew we didn't want to be ordinary. Without knowing the force of words, it is impossible to know more. If those at your top are weak, your bottom will be rotten. If they don't like you for being yourself, be yourself even more. Be bold. Don't be shy to say no to the future you don't like. When you are ignorant of the enemy, but know yourself, your chances of winning or losing are equal. If you are strong, appear weak, but if you are weak, appear strong. Be willing to leave the ground behind if you want to fly. Great results can be achieved with small forces. Everything has to be all right. Maybe not today, but eventually. No other success can compensate for failure in the home. Life is an essay you yourself have to write, start to finish. So the important thing in a military operation is victory, not persistence. Nothing truly valuable arises from ambition or from a mere sense of duty. It stems rather from love and devotion towards men and towards objective things. Only those people create history who doesn't live in the future. A kind gesture can reach a wound that only compassion can heal.